What's up, everybody? Greetings. Hope everyone's doing well today. Just wanted to pop in here today and talk a little bit about hydration. And then, of course, I wanted to talk about the palate reset. So, first of all, I want to introduce myself for those of you who might be new here. I am Chef Bee. I am a lifestyle medicine health coach, a raw and plant-based chef, and also I like to say that I nourish Black women entrepreneurs and professionals from the inside out with plant-based foods and lifestyle medicine tools. And the weather is changing, it's fall, and I really wanted to just talk a little bit about hydration because so many of us are underhydrating because we don't like the way water tastes. And I just wanted to at least jump on here and give you a quick little hack, talk a little bit about why that's important, and then close out by reminding you that we have the palate reset coming up. All right. So hydration. I've done so many videos where I always try to sneak hydration into the conversation. It really should be front and center of the conversation, but I definitely like to add it to the conversation because it's super important. Why is it important to hydrate? It is important to hydrate for one, your body functions. All of our body function requires fuel, and the major fuel that we need is actually water. All right. I know that there are different people who have different views about that, but we all need water. All right. And so with that, hydration is key for body organ functions. Most of your organs are comprised of water, 60 to 70% of water or even more. And it's almost like think about it like a oil tank or even your gas tank. Your car starts to, I'll say this, if your oil is low, your car starts to act a little crazy. It's the same thing with your hydration. You see the effects of being underhydrated, from headaches to urine that's yellow, constipation, just all the things when you're not properly hydrating. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to show you how you can bring hydration into the mix pretty simply. Some of you don't like water, and I get it, but y'all, you need to drink your water. And if you don't want to drink your water, like all of it, you can bring in something called living waters to the mix in order to hydrate appropriately. So what is a living water? All right, so let me show you some veggies. All right, I'm going to show you this. A cucumber is a living water. It has living water in it. Celery has living water in it. And you may not have seen this this is not a pear, but this is something called Chayote, or we call it, in our country, we call it ChoCho. This has living water in it. All right, so what's living water? Living water are those fruits and vegetables, primarily veggies, well, I'll say fruits and vegetables, that have a high concentration of water in them. And because they have a high concentration of water in them, we can extract out that water because it has a lot of nutrients, and we can drink that in addition to our water in order to be hydrated appropriately. All right. So things that have living water, as we just pointed out, was cucumbers, celery, ChoCho or Chayote. Another thing would be watermelon, cantaloupe, honeydew melon. What's another thing that has a lot of water in it? Beets have a lot of water. They're comprised 90 to 95% of water. It's a fibrous food. And if you're someone that does not like to drink water, you definitely still need to drink your water. So I'm not telling you not to drink water, but I want you to consider incorporating living waters into the mix so that you can get those nutrients that you need, the electrolytes that you need, and you're staying hydrated so that your body is getting all of the things that you need. All right, let me see what some of you are saying here. Oh, carrots, yes. Thank you, carrots. Oh, thank you. Yes, some people just don't like water, right? Some people don't like water. So we're just trying to figure out some ways, some hacks that we can give you so that you can bring some water into the mix. All right, so I'm gonna make a juice. I'm gonna show you how I make a juice using these 3 ingredients along with some coconut water in order to hydrate, okay? So this is a super simple juice, and with that, you can basically get all of the nutrients that you need every single day, and you can also be hydrated. All right, so it's super simple to make this. All right, so the first thing that I'm going to do, and hopefully you can see this, I'm going to turn my camera down just slightly. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut up, I had 3 stalks of celery. Fun fact about celery, these 3 stalks of celery produces about 4 ounces of water. That's a fun fact, all right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add in the celery stalks into our blender. All right, the other thing I wanna say is celery is super good for digestion, all right? It's super good for digestion, so we wanna make sure that we're bringing that in. The next thing that we're gonna add in some cucumbers. Again, dietary fiber, vitamin K, potassium, all the things. So that's going into the blender, all right? And then this is our ChoCho or our Chayote, all right? So we're going to cut this, show you what the insides of it looks like. All right, super nice, right? So this is, when you taste this, it's a cross between a cucumber, a pear, without all the little grimy or the small like sort of grimy things that you taste in a pear. And then, let me taste. Because it's like slightly sweet. And I would say some kind of like melon, all right? So this is our ChoCho. So we're gonna cut this up too. All right, you see ChoCho in Latin America quite a bit. It's in Latin American foods, Indian cuisine. It's super good. Now, the next thing, this is my secret ingredient when I'm making juices. I'm gonna add in some coconut water. The coconut water goes in because what it does is, and I'm gonna bring this close to you. The coconut water goes in because it helps to move these items when we blend it. And then you're gonna see how I extract out everything, okay? All right, so here we go. All right, so what are some foods that you guys like to hydrate with? All right, what kind of living waters do you guys like? Someone mentioned carrots, which is great. But are there any other fruits and veggies that you like, that you have access to all the time? I see someone is joining us from England, which is kind of cool. So thank you for coming in. All right, so I'm going to turn this on, all right? All right, so we're blending this up. And that's it. That's all we need, right? I'm gonna add a little bit more coconut water in here. As you know, coconut water is super hydrating to the body as well. Coconut water has a ton of electrolytes and it's super yummy, all right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna push this to the side like this. Turn it on one last time. Okay? And then I'm going to take this bowl here and I'm going to pass all of those liquids through, and then this is gonna be our juice. It's so simple to do this, all right? So we have our cucumbers, we have our celery, and we have our ChoCho or our Chayote. And this is how I make my juice. Super simple, so if you don't have a juicer, you don't have to worry. You can make your juice by doing this. You get a nut milk bag, that's what this is. This is a nut milk bag which allows you to, has like a little natural sieve. And as you can see, you just pass all of the puree, all of the fiber, the dietary fiber. It stays in the bag. And then you get all of this wonderful juice out. All right? I love this. Yeah, all right, so I see you added tomatoes. Yeah, tomatoes is another one. Tomatoes can be a little bit more on the acidic side, so we want to be careful. Even though it has a lot of water, we want to be careful not to add too many tomatoes to the mix because some people are very sensitive to the acid that tomatoes have. All right, so we're looking for foods that are alkaline forming, and this ChoCho, the cucumbers, the celery, those are alkaline forming in the body, and it's super gentle for the body. All right. All right, so I just squeeze all of the liquid out, and this is what's left in my nut milk bag. This is what's left. And then I can show you, see that? Look at that beautiful juice. All right, so then I'm gonna take one of these little carafes here, and I'm going to pour look at all that beautiful juice. All right, look at that. How gorgeous is that? All right, look at this, look at this. All right, so I'm going to close this, and then I'm going to get me a wine glass. Get a wine glass. And then I'm going to pour. So look at this. A beautiful, simple juice. This is a living water. Super good for you, nutrient dense, hydrating to the body. Woo. And delicious. This is so good. So good. All right, so y'all, it's really important that when the weather changes like this, I mean, in Atlanta, in the fall, going into the winter, it gets very dry, and it's so easy to want to not drink anything. You just want to drink teas and things of that nature, but you want to make sure that you're drinking enough water, and then of course you want to make sure that you're adding things like this into the mix. All right, it's going to really be helpful to you. The other thing that I want to remind you guys of before I leave is our palate reset. We have our cleanse, because as the year ends, a lot of us are really thinking about ways that we can level up our nutrition and just the way we are disciplined in the new year. And so we have something called the Palate Reset Lifestyle Reboot that kicks off on January 5th. And it is our done-for-you, plant-based, seasonal cleanse experience, and I would say our meal prep experience as well. Because one of the things that we're doing differently this year is we're not only giving you the opportunity to cleanse with us with raw foods, but we're also adding in 2 extra weeks of meals, plant-based meal prep, so that you get an idea of what it's like to have all of your meals structured and taken care of for you for like 2-3 weeks actually. So if you are someone that's interested in that, you're in the US, you are in Atlanta, you're in a neighboring state, you're close by, you're in the US, that's really the key, then you should consider doing the Palate Reset with us. We kick off on January 5th. You need to book your spot probably by the 31st of December. And you get so many things. You get community, you get coaching, you get the meals, you get cleansing herbs, you get snacks, you get love. You get someone that's going to support you over the next 3 weeks so that you can really think about what you want to do as you move into 2025 with your wellness and your eating. All right. So for all those of you who are interested in the Palate Reset, we're going to have the link to that in the description for you to check out. Okay. In the meantime, please make sure that you are taking care of yourselves. You're hydrating properly. You're drinking living waters like this beautiful green juice that we just made, because it's super essential for your body function, your mental function, your everything function. All right. So make sure that you are taking care of yourself with some good liquids that are nutrient dense. And yeah, if you have questions about that, drop a comment. If there are other videos that you would like for us to make in response to this one, let us know. Okay. Much love to you guys. Enjoy the rest of this wonderful Wellness Wednesday. And don't forget to hydrate. Make sure you're drinking up. All right. I'm going to be checking on you. All right, y'all. Peace and blessings.